Hey guys, Chelsea here. Welcome to this Facebook Live Talk to Today's Homeowner. I have a fun project for you guys, and it is this. It is a paver planter with a 2x2 wood frame. I just love the look of it. I think it kind of fits different types of architecture. So no matter what style house you have, you can make this planter, and I'm going to give you a brief overview of how I did it using pavestone pavers and other products from Quikrete. And we're gonna get started. So if you have any questions, comment below and let me know, and we'll get back to you with those answers. So, I mean, this time of year, there are limited things that you can plant, but making your own planter, you can replant stuff next season in the spring when we start having some blooming flowers. I guess there are some flowers that bloom this time of year. My mom has a beautiful Christmas cactus. Speaking of Christmas, are we ready for Christmas? It's right around the corner. I'm excited. You know, I think this could be a very, very last minute Christmas gift because it's pretty easy to put together. So I have pressure treated 2x2s, and I cut 6 pieces at 12 inches and 4 pieces at 14 inches. And that's because I'm using these pavers that are 12 inches from Pavestone. This is a white paver, and I love the variation in the color. There's some like rocks sprinkled in here that add some fun little color to them, but you can tell it's a lot lighter than a gray concrete paver. So this is the main part of our planter. So let me just show you real quick how I got this together. So I used my beloved pocket hole jig. So you attach this to the end of the 12-inch pieces and drill pocket holes. Let me turn it over and show you. These are the pocket holes. And so you drill all of these pocket holes and then use pocket hole screws to attach it together. So I've done that. I also, I marked 12 inches down, and that's where I put the pieces. That way it sits up off the ground just a little bit. So now we're ready to glue the pavers in here. The first one, I drilled a hole in it for drainage, because that's always good to have let your plants drain, especially if they're going to be outside, which I would imagine a planter like this would be. So the base one just goes in the middle here. And I love that this same paver comes in several different color options. So no matter what your preference is, like if you like terracotta planters, they have a red paver that you could use, especially if you like to just plant, kind of keep it classic on your front porch and just use green plants. Having a pop of color in your planter is a lot of fun. I have a blue house, so I like to keep my planters very neutral and not plain, but simple, so that the flowers really pop. Okay, so I have this in place, the one with the hole. You just use a masonry bit, and your drainage holes do not have to be as big as you would think. Just water will find its way out, so don't worry about that. I'm using the construction adhesive from Quikrete. It is made to glue different types of products together. So I'm gluing a masonry product to a wood product. So that's why I'm using this construction adhesive. And it's going to create a permanent bond. So let me get this, so we'll attach this up in here. I love taking products that you're used to seeing in a certain application and reimagining them. So like pavers you're used to seeing as like a walkway or a patio, and now we're reimagining it as a planter. I think that's so fun, and that's part of the reason that I love DIY. Plus you're able to get a custom look. So you could expand this and make like 2 planters attached together. It'd be pretty heavy. No one would steal it. And on this one, because these pavers have like a little, like a gradient on the edges, I turned that inside so that it looked more like a concrete instead of a paver turned up on its side. Another thing I love about this project is that all of these materials are sitting at the home center waiting for you. You don't have to special order anything. You can go and pick it up. You can do a curbside pickup order. If you have the kids are home from Christmas break, you can order it and go pick it up without having to get them in and out of the car too much. Maybe that's something only I have to think about. Let's see. Who all has created a DIY gift for Christmas this year? If you can share, let me know what you, or just yes or no. You don't have to tell me what it is, but just curious. I don't like to DIY every gift that I give, but it is fun when it fits certain people in your life. All right, we got 2 sides. And it takes about an hour for this construction adhesive to set up. And if your wood has a little bow in it or whatever, you might want to clamp it or put a ratchet strap around it to get a nice tight grip on the paver while the adhesive sets up. That way you don't have to worry about it falling out later. This stuff is kind of hard to squeeze out, but it creates an incredible bond. Or maybe my hands are just weak. All right, did I get this side? Oh, might have to come over here. All right. So all you need is 2 pieces of 8-foot 2x2s, 5 12-inch paved stone pavers, pocket hole jig, or you could do screws through, like 3-inch screws through the outside. They'd be visible, that's okay. Just make sure they're rated for exterior. Potting soil and plants. You have yourself a DIY nice looking planter. I hate calling things DIY because sometimes that evokes a little bit of not cuteness, tackiness. I'm also going to add some adhesive on, let me turn this around, on the outside of this paver to bond the 2 pavers together. If I can operate my caulk gun, that would be superb. There we go. All right, what are we thinking? Are we thinking this is a project we might try? Maybe you have a few more days off after Christmas, you can put this together. Dress up the front porch. Or the back porch. All right, I'm definitely gonna need to use a clamp here. But there you have it, you can see. I'm gonna want the adhesive to set up before I put dirt in it that's gonna spread it out. But there is our planter, assembled in 8 minutes or so, depending on how fast you are with pocket hole jig. All right, so we have our paved stone, pavers, Quikrete adhesive. Oh, one more thing. If you have a planter already that you love, you need a place to set it. I made this with Quikrete a few years ago, maybe, using the bottom of a 5-gallon bucket and dowel rods. And you see it's what, 2 inches thick, and it's a perfect little thing to set on the front porch by your front door and add a plant. Maybe if you have a small planter and you need to add a little bit of height to your front porch, you can set it on top of this, maybe put a succulent, or you can use it as a drink holder for your front porch if you like some front porch sipping. So there is another DIY project that you can create with Quikrete, a bag of Quikrete. I think I used their countertop product to create this so that it would be really smooth and so I could get that thickness so it looks nice and chunky from the street. But there you go, 2 different planter projects that you can do this weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in.